Hey, what's up? This is Drake here. I was coming back with another Monster Hunter Wilds Dual Blades build video. I've come across this set just messing around, and personally, I think it might be my favorite set so far with Dual Blades. But we'll just jump right into it. And I wound up going, oddly enough, full burst, full peak performance. Now, the only thing this is missing is it's not quite 100% affinity. I think we get up to about 82% affinity when everything is active. So we're still missing a little bit. But I'm still just kind of waiting on a hoping for a better talisman drop. I haven't got one yet, so I'm still just rocking the 3 latent power one. That's the only holdback. I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at a spreadsheet, but I'm hoping there's something that could push it to 100%. But at the moment, this is just running a talisman that you can craft, so there's no RNG involved. So there is that. And as far as it goes, we'll get to the math here. I don't have the right now. I just got a paralysis weapon. This build would be is best for elemental because you do have full burst. But what we wound up running is a 2-piece Udra for head and waist to get full burst out of it, and some okay slottage, I guess. And also you get 1 level ambush, which honestly is a 5% bonus at the beginning of a hunt if you just do the sneak attack, which usually you always do. And I did find out in multiplayer, oddly enough, if anyone does a sneak attack, this activates. So it activates even if someone else gets the ambush attack, which is a nice little, I think it's only like 30 seconds, but it's a little extra damage. And I threw the Radal legs on here, the Gamma set for the 3-piece to get the Lord Soul, I think it is, where you get the, it's a 5% bonus to attack, but I think 5% less defense. But honestly, you get guts with it, so you just get 1 extra feint basically, so kind of comfy. And it's nice to have full stun resistance and 2 stamina surge, because we don't really have anything for stamina management on here except for just latent power. Running the 3 latent power charm to get, you get the full stamina benefit while active to 50%, but we're just getting 30% affinity, so that's where we're missing that little bit of affinity we need to get to 100%. Other than that, I went with 2-piece Gore just to get the 25% more affinity when you overcome the Frenzy Virus. And we get 1 Constitution and level 3 evade window, so excuse me, we get those lots of time to get our perfect dodges. And perfect dodges is still part of the playstyle, but it's not like required. It's a nice little bonus. As far as slotted, you don't have a lot to spare. Like if you want full peak performance, you have to slot all 5 of them in, which consumes, you could drop this for another latent power, or you could drop 2 and throw in a couple of weakness exploit to get the affinity up there to 100%. But I found that this is a really nice setup. And what you wind up with, as you can see, we're starting out at base 210, and from our Lord Soul and our peak performance, we're up to 251, and this is the non-bloated value, so this is just base. Excuse me, but you get a 41 attack bonus just from being at max health. And what I found to be the most, like I run the Adrenaline Rush set for a while, and I really like it, but I found that your biggest damage openings when a monster is down, you really don't have a way to ensure that Adrenaline Rush is active during that time. And honestly, it's only a 25 attack bonus where peak performance is 20, and you can manually proc this just by chugging a health potion or popping a max potion before you start attacking. So it's a lot more uptime, and it's uptime when you really want it. Because multiplayer especially, you can't guarantee that the monster is going to be focusing you and proccing your Adrenaline Rush before it gets downed, or if someone else mounts it or something like that. But this pop health potion, you're guaranteed to have your damage whenever you want it. It's just far more consistent, and for just 5 less attack, I find it far more effective to run and efficient. And we get to slot in full burst, which is, I believe it's 18 raw, and I think it's 120 elemental boost, which that's inflated, so really it's only 12. But if you take it as 18 raw and 12 elemental, if you're running an elemental set, that's a full 30 boost, if the monster's weak. I'm assuming you're going to be running the element that it's weak to, and then you get 20 from this, so you're basically looking at a plus 50 point attack bonus, which, if you counted at 200 thereabout on your starting raw, that's a 25% attack bonus that you can have effective 100% or active 100% of the time before you even go through any crit boost modifiers or anything like that. As far as weapons, I usually just rock the expert, critical, and then a razor sharp and handicraft. And if I'm running an elemental set, I'll do a razor sharp plus whatever element one for the whatever element I happen to be running. But that's it. Like, super strong set, and honestly very easy to keep your attack buffs active. I kind of liked to run the mending mantle with it just because it works with peak performance so well. You throw this on, it heals you back up to full health for the duration that it's on, so your peak performance just stays active even if you slip up and take a hit. As you can see, we're at like 251. We get our burst active, 268 or 269. Sorry, that's our 18 attack bonus, and we're not running elemental right now, so we're losing the 120 elemental attack. But yeah, super strong build, super comfy. Honestly, I mean, the only thing it's lacking is a little stamina management. I mean, a little more constitution would be nice on it, but if you play it right, that really isn't much of an issue, to be honest. And I just think it's probably one of the strongest ones in the game. I did throw, like, you can throw one constitution in here, but I've got to where I just run adaptability on everything because I just hate having to manage hot drinks and cold drinks. It's just irritating. I find that it's just it's downtime on your damage to have to stop and chug a potion in the middle of attacking, so just chunk that on. But you got the 3 sane jewels for that. That's basically it. Like I said, there ain't a lot of room for decorations, but super strong build. I said you're getting like nearly a 50% attack bonus from just your armor, Lord Soul, and all that. So, and if you're playing well, your peak performance is active all the time. That's it. I'm going to try to keep it pretty short. I've got another variant of this I used to get the A rank on the new Udra challenge. Honestly, it slaps really, really hard on Udra. But it's really only effective on that fight, and it's just kind of taking advantage of, I just changed it up a little, but it's because, you know, when you're close to Udra, you're taking constant red damage. So, resentment is awesome. It's like 100% uptime. It is a little more risky of a playstyle because you will build up red health, and when you take a hit, you take red health plus damage. So you can get in some one-shot scenarios, but honestly, this build is better than the other one in probably every respect, other than it kind of only works on new Udra because he procs that red health all the time. But we're still rocking a full burst, and then we went full resentment also. I stuck with the gore chest and went with gore legs to get the 25% bonus, and then we wound up with enough extra slots. I was also able to stack full constitution in here for really good stamina management. Plus, we got 2 weakness exploit to get to that 100% affinity, thrill level 3 latent power, and we still were able to throw in a little adaptability, and we got 1 level of flinch free to keep those multiplayer attacks from messing with us so much and knocking us out of our combos and stuff. So honestly, this build is a lot better, but it really only works well against something that's going to proc the resentment often. So if you're taking hits or if you're fighting Udra, that is, you know, causing constant red health. So this is basically 100% uptime on a skill that's giving us plus 25 attack all the time. But this is it on this build. Like, this build honestly makes the AT Udra challenge very, very easy. Honestly, I cleared it first try, and I did a really sloppy run. I posted it on the channel if you want to check it out. But that's it. That's the 2 builds I found that I really like for dual blades after the update, after the new Udra stuff. Like I said, that's it for the video. I mean, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you see something I've missed, if I didn't show something, drop in the comments. If you like the content, drop a sub, man. It really helps out the channel. As always, thanks for watching.